Hey everybody, Onepeg here with another newsy news video. I don't know where the news thing came from. We're rolling with it. It's apparently become the thing now until I discover a new thing, but it's fine. So the hideout was nerfed again. We figured it was going to. Seems as though the fuel shortage thing is getting worse, and we'll talk about that a little bit. And then since this video is probably going to be a little bit more on the shorter side for the news stuff, once that's done, I have written another minute-long sea shanty. Let's say if the video doesn't make it to 8 minutes or so, maybe I'll throw on a clip from today's stream that ended up being absolutely hilarious. Anyway, how are you? I'm fine. So the hideout was changed, primarily related to the Bitcoin farm and fuel consumption and solar power again. So a couple of weeks ago, I did a news video that showed that the solar power construction portion of the generator upgrades was nerfed in terms of its cost, and the cost was just about doubled. The main proponent of which was an increase to 25,000 euros. Now that has been doubled again. So the euro cost went from 25,000 euros to 50,000 euros. Wow. Instead of it being 8 power filters and 8 mill cables, it is now 10 of each. Again, not something that I am super enthusiastic about with things happening mid-wipe, but we could talk to the ends of the earth about how, economically speaking, impacting the fuel consumption and the Bitcoin farm and the costs associated with that are directly correlated to economic impacts, and it's probably the easiest thing that they can modify right now. In addition to this, the base Bitcoin crafting time was also increased. So it was 1 Bitcoin with 1 GPU, which is the base crafting time. Now, the algorithm is about the same, but the base Bitcoin crafting time was 87,000 seconds, which is 24 hours and 10 minutes. That was increased to 92,000 seconds, which is 25 hours, 33 minutes, and 20 seconds. Okay, now that means that from a curve standpoint, when you have a max Bitcoin farm, it takes a little bit longer to generate the Bitcoin that you want to generate, right? So the base Bitcoin crafting time being increased now because of the fuel consumption rates, you can't get one whole Bitcoin with just 1 GPU on one large fuel can. It doesn't work anymore. You need to have a little bit more fuel than that or get a second GPU. 2 GPUs and you can do 1 Bitcoin with 1 fuel can, and it works out just fine until you get the solar farm and get more GPUs, blah, 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 blah. Bitcoin farms construction requirements also got nerfed. The level 1 used to be 5 power cords, now it's 10. Level 2 used to be 8 power supply units and 10 circuit boards, and now it is 10 power supply units and 15 circuit boards. And level 3 used to be 4 electric motors and 8 pressure gauges, and now it is 10 electric motors and 10 pressure gauges. Okay? So almost double the cost for the upgrades. Now, that also correlates back to the market and why, if you've been looking at PSUs and stuff, why the costs had gone up for a couple of days and still are a little bit higher than they used to be. Okay, because I know I'm a little bit behind on this, so I apologize for being a little bit late. The last piece of this that also was affected was the GPU craft. So the old GPU craft was 4 circuit boards, 2 PC CPUs, 2 CPU fans, and 1 VPX, okay, for Intelligence Center Level 2, and that took 58 hours and 3 minutes. The new one is 8 circuit boards, 4 PC CPUs, 2 CPU fans, and 1 VPX, and that is a crafting time of 69 hours and 10 minutes. So they slowed down the GPU crafting time, and they also increased the mats by almost double. All of this boils back down to the impact of Bitcoin on the market. And like I said, we could talk forever about economic implications inside of Tarkov and what Bitcoin is doing to the economy at large. I don't believe that they will cap off the value of Bitcoin over time. I think that they genuinely love the Bitcoin mechanic and how it is loosely tied to real-world values. So I think that that's off the table. What I do think will change in the game is going to be scarcity. I think now, especially because there's this huge influx of money into the economy because the traders have infinite amounts of cash, that we are going to start seeing the devs start making things like fuel more rare. By the way, fuel is still rare. And the rumor mill has it that fuel got made more rare. So that's what I've heard. I have no actual proof. What this means is that you're not going to find fuel on maps hardly at all, which is why there's 700K. And the reason why the 700K is because one fuel can, just about, equals 1 Bitcoin worth of production. So at the end of each day, you get a 700K Bitcoin that offsets the fuel can. But you can also obviously craft things on other Hideout crafting stations at the same time. None of this helps out the lower tier, like lower level player at all. It actually makes things significantly harder for somebody at a lower level to perform unless they are like being loot vacuums. If you are capable at a low level to find extremely valuable items and extract from a raid and then be able to sell them on the flea market once you get to level 10, you might be okay. Because you could buy your way through the tiers that you need to buy them through for Hideout upgrades and get there that way. But it more or less turns you into a loot lord. Like, everyone has to be Aqua in order to be able to perform, or you have to be a PvP god. There is no real place for somebody kind of like being in that mediocre middle. And that's the one thing about the Bitcoin stuff that I have an issue with. So I'm not going to sit here and like slag the devs over their decisions, but I would like to see some like creative means by which they're able to fix this kind of like economic stuff, you know? Anyway, guys, that's what I have for this. I'm going to play the sea shanty. And like I said, if there's enough room left on the edit, which I won't know until I'm on the back end, I'll throw in a clip from today's stream that hopefully will bring some smiles to y'all's face. Okay? All right, guys. Peace. Chatty boys of Terror Group, and I'll ask you to please share when you're going on them killing streaks while your squaddy sits and stare. But bring at least an attack back and a ready Tetris end, for there flies some mighty calibers in the expanse of Shturman's land. We'll fire and we'll die here with Mark 18 in hand, where there flies some mighty calibers in the expanse of Shturman's land. Met a wayward bear found on over there by Sniper Rock alone. A Mosin man bolt cocked with his hand, and I watched him lay down prone. Therapist, but sample retrieval didn't quite go as I had planned, for there flies some mighty calibers in the expanse of Shturman's land. We'll fire and we'll die here with Mark 18 in hand, for there flies some mighty calibers in the expanse of Shturman's land.
Not bad.
All right. If they don't know where I am, like, completely obviously at this point, I have lost faith in the Tarkov player base completely. Like, this was in front of them. I could not have been, like, more obvious. Was that you on metal? No, man, wasn't me. All right, we got a guy sitting on the door. They're both gonna hit me at once. Jesus Christ, there's more. It's like a 3-man. Please let it be raiders. Please let this guy run into raiders. And we got another one coming up here. Booty hole shot. Facial. Stairs. Yes. Yes. Go at him. No, 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 no. Oh. Yes. Yes. Yes, fight each other. Yes. 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 Push him. Push him. I missed with like 2 pellets. He's hurt. Like real bad hurt. He's trying to heal himself right now, but he doesn't have any legs. He's doing surgery. Come on, man. You can hear that? Come on, you can hear it. Go for him. Oh, you're healing too. Oh, my God. It's a heal off, chat. It's a heal off. Heal Wars. Welcome to Heal Wars. I'm your host, Onepeg. Today we're listening to 2 guys battle it out with some meds. Super interesting stuff. You're a god. Shit. Oh. Come on, baby. The chaos, chat. The chaos. I love it. 4th partying. Right in the dick. Ended with a dick shot. That's how we do it, chat. That's how we end our firefights right there, with a shot to the dick. Woo! Time to collect. Thanks for playing. Thanks for coming by another exciting episode of Heal Wars. I was your host, Onepeg. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hey, YouTube. How's it going?